Transformers Reactivate game modes will be an exciting experience for fans. Depending on how Splash Damage designs these game modes could really determine what our experience will be like in the game. Before we get started, if you are new here, I am RoboGamer1 HD. I cover news, guides, gameplays, and more on the highly anticipated game Transformers Reactivate by Splash Damage and Bulkhead Studios. If you haven't already, please like the video or dislike to help me improve my videos, and of course, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all things Transformers and beyond. Today we will discuss the new images and talk about other game modes from behind the scenes. The first game mode is Payload. This game mode could consist of a number of factors. The best way to describe this game mode is similar to Team Fortress or Overwatch, where you, the player, must escort the flying payload to its destination while fighting off the Legion. This payload carries cargo underneath it and travels from its starting point to a safe destination. Players can hop on top of the payload, while other players must help defend it. Players defending, or even the players on top of the payload, could be in peril, as the Legion can easily drag players away from the cargo, leaving it completely vulnerable to an attack. The players must be diligent to take out any enemies along the way. Originally, this payload game mode was too easy, so hopefully as time goes on, Splash Damage has either 1. Eliminated this game mode, or preserved it and tuned up the AI to perfection, giving players a more challenging approach. While most players will be quick to claim that this is a simple Overwatch clone, Splash Damage could easily make this game mode very challenging and entertaining for launch. The next game mode is the Tower game mode. While I don't have any in-game rendered screens for this, I have a short description regarding it. This game mode can be described like a mission, where you go throughout a level, taking down groups of enemies, and by the time you get to the end, there is a massive tower. This tower has defenses all around it, not just the Legion. It has a shield around it, so you and your team of players must take down the shield and destroy this tower. This boss fight can be described like a Contra boss on the NES, but with a little more destructive power. The final game mode is a wave-based game mode. This was confirmed even through a Splash Damage posting a while back this year. The wave-based game mode can be described like a dungeon where players will go through a course and deal with waves of enemies. Throughout, you will deal with mini-bosses and finally finish off with a final boss at the end. Now personally for me, I really enjoyed Transformers War for Cybertron's escalation, and at times as you got further and further into the game mode, you would encounter bosses, but never a final boss. What is even more entertaining about this game mode is that you are constantly moving throughout a course, not just stuck in a room. What's great about WFC's wave-based game mode is you slowly unlock zones as you get higher and higher on waves as you collect currency in that game mode, challenging yourself to see how many waves you can go before dying. I personally hope that Transformers Reactivate's game mode allows us to really be challenged and focus on team play rather than solo play. At the same time, I also hope that each individual will have some sort of mechanics that allow each player to have set responsibilities, giving that player a task to focus on, a specific doorway or mini-boss to watch over, while others are focused on keeping waves of enemies away from the other players, or to defend a human task force, as an example. While there are a lot of RPG systems already involved in this game, I think it would be a cool idea for Splash Damage to think more like an MMO for this game. even adding dots, debuffs, and various other mechanics that makes players pay attention to their health and managing resources while they fight off a boss or waves of enemies. I think this would be a perfect way to challenge players as they go up against the various game modes introduced to the game. In my personal opinion, while we have these decent game modes for the game, I feel like Transformers could have that added edge, where we have end game rating. This is PvE content, not PvP. This doesn't need to be a dungeon or wave-based game mode, but a developer that designs up to 4 raid bosses like the current WoW or Final Fantasy XIV systems in place today. I think adopting this kind of formula would be an incredible step forward and challenges players to work together to achieve a goal, to achieve that tombstone or the currency or that piece of equipment or something that gives the player satisfaction in achieving like a new glamour or cosmetic piece to their character, to their transformer, to add that piece of armor to that cool looking new gun from the raid that everybody wants to try and get, that sort of thing. I think that's what players want, and that would be a really cool way to introduce an achievable goal through end game rating. That's all the time I have for today, but please take some time, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. I have lots of Transformers Reactivate content coming on the way in the future, so please stay tuned for more. Thank you all for watching. This is RoboGamer1 HD, over and out. See you all on the battlefield.